Khalistani extremists in Canada have planned a huge demonstration to protest against the killing of one of India's most wanted fugitives. They're actually going to be protesting the killing of a terrorist. This comes amid the growing tensions between India and Canada after Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau accused the Indian government of having a role in the killing of terrorist Nijjar on Canadian soil. Threatening Indo-Canadian Hindus, the Khalistani army extremists also plan to shut down New Delhi's diplomatic mission in Ottawa. This comes after Gurpatwant Singh Pannu, chief of the banned Khalistani outfit Sikhs for Justice, issued a video threatening Hindus living in Canada to leave the country and return to India. Meanwhile, calling ties with India important, you had Canadian Defence Minister Bill Blair affirming Canada's commitment to pursue a partnership even as the investigation into the killing continues.
Intelligence that we've received is proven to be accurate, then there is a very significant concern that Canada will have with respect to the violation of our sovereignty and the murder of a Canadian citizen on Canadian soil. And at the same time, I also want to acknowledge the importance of the Indo-Pacific strategy. We've been working very hard over the past several years, and most recently in building trade agreements in the region, and through the Canadian Armed Forces, we have been increasing our presence and patrols in the region. And so the Indo-Pacific region, including our relationship with India, is important to us.
India Today is the only Indian channel on ground in Canada, getting you ground updates as well. Aneesha Mathur had a conversation with temple trustees on a range of subjects, from what's happening with regards to the Indo-Canadian ties, the roots of the Khalistani movement in Canada, and also why Trudeau's hobnobbing with Sikh extremists has created trust issues with the Indian government.
How is this translating into the relationships between the two communities? Is there a sense of unease in the Hindu community here?
There is some uneasiness, but when you see the news coming all the time, especially on the TVs, and they're showing this thing, and unfortunately, the officials, the authorities, the government, even the police, they are not showing on the news that, okay, they caught these people or they charged them because they have open sword. And in my understanding, if there is an open sword, that means you have some open weapon in your hands.
Is the government taking any action? That is exactly the question we are seeing here. Is this something that is an administrative problem?
See, government not taking any action on it. I talked to the few MPs. I talk about it. I talk about their government, and they're not taking any action. Even one of the MP is a police department before he was worked there. He said this is no threat. This is a freedom of expression, freedom of speech, and that's we allow here. But what about the weapons? They come with the weapons, and police not doing anything. Their MPs doesn't say anything about it. He says if somebody has a weapon in open, they should be charged. So they don't charge anybody. That's what's the fear. Everybody has it. Okay, suppose I'm going somewhere, and one of the supermarket, there is a Punjabi, everybody's there, and they have a weapon in their hand, that a kirpan in there, and they go to the fear, maybe they hit you.